Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make this mini dragon. We will need a 4mm hook, a large yarn needle and a small one, a stitch marker, two 10mm safety eyes, scissors, cotton fill, chenille yarn in one color for the body. I'll use this smoke gray, another color for the details. I'll use this pinkish red, and white for the horns. Finally, cotton yarn in black for the nose and white for the eye details. In the description I'll leave the links to the yarns I'm using. Here are also the stitch references we will use in this tutorial. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe. Your support means a lot to me and helps me to continue growing and creating more content for you. We're going to start with the body, making 7 single crochets and a magic ring. This is our first single crochet in the ring. We continue with the remaining 6. When we finish, we pull the yarn to close the ring. For the second round, we'll make 7 increases. An increase is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. We mark the first stitch of the round so we don't lose track. We'll finish this round with 14 stitches in total. In round 3, we'll make 1 single crochet and 1 increase, repeating 7 times, ending up with 21 stitches. For the next 2 rounds, we'll make 21 single crochets in each round, 1 single crochet in each stitch, Round 6 is 7 single crochets, 7 increases and 7 single crochets, finishing the round with 28 stitches. We start round 7 with 7 single crochets. Now 1 decrease. In my case, I'm going to use invisible decrease, which is taking the front loops of the stitches. We continue with 3 single crochets. One increase. 2 single crochets, one increase, 3 single crochets, one decrease and 7 single crochets, ending up with 28 stitches. We start round 8 with 7 single crochets. Now we make 1 decrease and 2 single crochets, repeating 3 times. Continue with 1 decrease and 7 single crochets, ending up with 24 stitches. We start round 9 with 5 single crochets. Now 1 decrease and 4 single crochets 2 times. Continue with 1 decrease and 5 single crochets, ending up with 21 stitches. Round 10 is 6 single crochets. One decrease, 5 single crochets, one decrease and 6 single crochets, finishing with 19 stitches. We stop for a moment to place the safety eyes. Before that, we're going to push the area in a little bit with a small yarn needle and a piece of cotton yarn. We go through the opening and come out between rounds 5 and 6. The stitch marker should stay at the back, right between the eyes. We go back very close to the exit point and come out 6 stitches away. We go in again, very close to where we came out. And gently pull the yarns to push the eye area in. When we finish, we make a triple knot. Now we place the safety eyes. And secure them well. We continue with round 11, starting with 5 single crochets. One decrease and 1 single crochet twice. Now 1 decrease and 6 single crochets. We should end up with 16 stitches. Round 12 is 3 single crochets. One increase and 1 single crochet twice. Two increases. One single crochet and 1 increase twice. And we finish with 3 single crochets, ending with 22 stitches. For the next 3 rounds, from round 14 to 15, we'll make 22 single crochets in each round. We stop for a moment to stuff a little. Let's push plenty of stuffing into the muzzle. And now we continue with round 16, which is 9 single crochets. One increase, 2 single crochets, 1 increase and 9 single crochets, finishing with 24 stitches. Round 17 is 24 single crochets, in round 18 we'll make 12 single crochets, 1 increase and 11 single crochets, finishing with 25 stitches. In rounds 19 and 20, we'll make 25 single crochets in each round. We start round 21 with 4 single crochets, now 1 decrease and 3 single crochets 3 times, one decrease and 4 single crochets, ending up with 21 stitches. In round 22 we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease 7 times, leaving us with 14 stitches. Let's finish stuffing. Add plenty until it takes shape. And now we continue with the last round, which is 7 decreases. Cut the yarn, and with the yarn needle we go through the front loops of the stitches. pull, insert the needle into the center, coming out from one side of the body. Pass through a few stitches. Insert the needle again and come out on the other side. Cut the yarn. For the arms, we start with 4 single crochets in a magic ring. Round 2 is 4 single crochets. Here we take a moment to adjust the piece and continue. We finish with a slip stitch. Leave a long strand to sew it to the body and cut. Repeat for the second arm. For the legs, we start with 8 single crochets in a magic ring. For rounds 2 and 3, we make 8 single crochets in each round. We finish with a slip stitch. Leave a long strand to sew it to the body and cut. We make the other leg. Now we're going to sew the arms. First, grab the yarn from the magic ring and pass it between rounds 12 and 13 to place the arm. Now grab the other yarn and we're going to sew for the front loops. First, go through the next stitch. Check that the arm is well placed and start sewing. When we finish, we go to the magic ring yarn, make a triple knot, cut, and with the help of scissors hide the knot inside the body. We sew the other arm. Now we sew the legs the same way. This will go between rounds 18 and 19 of the body. We start with the first leg. Now the other. For the tail, we start with 4 single crochets in a magic ring. Round 2 is 4 single crochets. Round 3 is 3 single crochets and 1 increase, ending with 5 stitches. Round 4 is 1 single crochet, 1 increase and 3 single crochets. In round 5 we make 2 single crochets, 1 increase and 3 single crochets, ending with 7 stitches. Round 6 is 4 single crochets, 1 increase and 2 single crochets. Round 7 is 2 single crochets, 1 increase and 5 single crochets, ending with 9 stitches. Round 8 is 4 single crochets, 1 increase and 4 single crochets. We finish with a slip stitch. Now we're going to make the tip of the tail with the other color. Insert the hook between rounds 3 and 4, where the yarn tail is. Grab the yarn and pull it through to form a loop. Chain 1. Now we'll make 4 slip stitches, 3 following the line. And with the last slip stitch, we go to the starting point. we chain 1. For the first round, we'll work into the back loops of the stitches, make 5 single crochets and 1 increase, round 2 is 7 single crochets, in round 3 we'll make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease twice, and 1 single crochet, leaving us with 5 stitches. We finish with 2 decreases. Cut the yarn, and with the yarn needle, go through the front loops of the stitches. Pull, insert the needle into the center, coming out from the opening. Hide the leftover yarn. Make a cheaper knot with the shorter yarns. Cut and hide them inside. Now we grab the yarn from the center. This part should face upwards, and the yarn tail goes down. Place it in a spot where it supports the dragon, so it can sit. Pass the yarn through the middle. And with the other yarn, start sewing. When we finish, we go to the other yarn, make a triple knot, cut, and hide the knot in the body. For the wings, we chain 11. Now, starting the second chain from the hook, we'll make 10 single crochets. turn, and from the second stitch we make 8 single crochets, turn, and from the second stitch we make 6 single crochets, turn, and from the second stitch we make 4 single crochets, turn, and from the second stitch we make 2 single crochets, turn, and in the second stitch we make 1 single crochet, we make another piece the same way. This is where they will be sewn to the body with the 2 yarns together. Now we're going to make the edges with the other color. They're going to be single crochets except for these 3 points, and here we'll make an increase where it joins to the body. Insert the hook 1 stitch ahead of the middle, right here. Pass a yarn, chain 1, and now single crochets. We'll crochet over this leftover yarn, at the tip we make 1 increase. This side will be the one sewn to the body. Leave the yarns here. Now single crochets. At the tip we make 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet and 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Continue with single crochets. At the tip, again 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet and 1 single crochet. Continue with single crochets. In the last stitch, we'll make 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet and 1 single crochet. Now we make slip stitches down the middle line. The first one right here. And continue upwards. Leave a long strand to sew it to the body and cut. At the end, move the leftover yarns to the others. Make the edges of the second wing, this time with the leftover yarn facing the opposite way. Insert the hook again one stitch ahead of the middle. Pass the yarn. Chain 1. This time we leave the yarn there, so later we'll join it with this one. Make single crochets. At the tip we'll make one single crochet, one double crochet and one single crochet in the same stitch. Now single crochets. At the tip again one single crochet, one double crochet and one single crochet. Continue with single crochets, crocheting over this yarn. This tip is where it joins to the body, so here we make one increase. Leave the yarns here, now single crochets. And in the last stitch, one single crochet, one double crochet and one single crochet. Now slip stitches down the middle line. Leave a long strand to sew it to the body and cut. Move the leftover yarns to the others. We give them a bit of shape. With a piece of black cotton yarn, we're going to embroider the nose. With the yarn needle we go from the back, coming out between round 6 and 7. Go down one stitch, and 5 stitches away come out again between round 6 and 7, and go down one stitch. When we finish we go back to the starting point. Secure the yarns. Cut and hide. For the eye details, we grab a piece of white cotton yarn and a small yarn needle. We go from the back, coming out at the edge of the eye, and go back right here. Now do the other one. When we finish, we go back to the starting point. Secure, cut and hide. Now we're going to sew the wings. Separate the long yarn from the rest. Put the other free through the yarn needle. We check where the wings should be and pass the yarns through the body. Do the same with the other one. We start sewing the wings. They should be 1 stitch away from the tail. Secure the yarns we used to sew. And the rest you can tie or just cut. For the horns we are going to use white chenille yarn. Insert the hook into round 4, 1 stitch away from the eye. Pass the yarn, chain free. Now 1 single crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. Cut the yarn and pass the yarn here. Shape the little horn. Bring the yarn to the other one. Secure it and hide. Make the other horn, this time inserting the hook from top to bottom. Pass the yarn, chain free. Now 1 single crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. Pass the yarn here. Shape the horn. Bring the yarn to the other. Secure and hide. For the spikes we'll use the pink red yarn. Insert the hook into the first round of the body, pass the yarn, chain free, one single crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. Now skip 1 stitch and make a slip stitch. Chain free, 1 single crochet in the 3rd chain, skip 1 stitch and make a slip stitch, chain 3, 1 single crochet in the third chain, and repeat. In this part of the tail, we skipped 2 stitches instead of 1, so the spikes stand out more. When we finish, showing the leftover yarns, make a triple knot, cut, and hide them inside the body. And that's how our little dragon turned out. I hope you liked this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.